What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you the best players in each position. We've tried to go for low, medium and high. We've added a few round the kind of top. With keepers, I feel like there's at the minute only 3 for me in terms of what I want to offer to you. And that is going to be one that is really expensive and is now the highest priced keeper in the game due to the fact that he's not been re-released, whereas Van der Sar has been re-released in batch 1 and he's now 533k, half in the value of what this goalkeeper was, and also ter Stegen at 67,000. Before we continue as well, it has been leaked, or at least I can imagine that is what's going to happen as well. We kind of had that same thought in, well, this Friday, we should have best of batch 2, which should start to give us all of the team of the seasons, and then maybe as we go forward, some shapeshifters, maybe some level ups, the highest of high cards, to be able to us to literally just rinse and repeat as we know and love during footies and the end of footies. So always make sure if you are looking at this and thinking about buying, maybe wait until Friday to see if your player, for instance ter Stegen, goes back in packs and maybe you could get him a little bit easier. But they're going to be my goalkeepers. There is SBCs from Alisson, from Edison. Obviously there is other team of the season goalkeepers. The one thing we are missing from this year is a footies goalkeeper. I believe we got Nick Pope as a transferred card last year, whereas we've not had a footies goalkeeper as of yet. Hopefully we do get one, as I think we are missing a big shout there. Coming in for the fullbacks then, we have got some absolute heavy hitters alongside the cheapest of cheap. Unfortunately, Gosens has gone, but a brilliant left back if you did manage to get him for literally an objective 5-5. Absolutely stunning. And we did get a Dumfries release this week, which adds that just element of a Serie A back line and an Inter back line nonetheless, which I think is absolutely perfect. We've got 2 cheap cards in Nuno Mendes at 90 and Di Lorenzo at 44. Again, with all of the team of the seasons, make sure that you are thinking about it with batch 2 just around the corner. So them two are prominent to be in. I can imagine we should have quite a lot of the team of the season back in. So it will be interesting to see who misses out. Do we get Alfonso's team of the season rather than his kind of level up? It will be an interesting one to see what happens there. But Alfonso, obviously you'd have to go for the 93 level, I think it was, rather than the 95 if you haven't got him. But a solid 5-5 left back. I feel like the only person that really kind of goes with the level of left backs we've got now is this cover star icon Roberto Carlos. He is there for quite some time and is relatively cheap for a 97 rated left back. He, for me, was absolutely stunning. We've got a review on the channel if you want to check him out. I'm personally grinding my way through trying to get him done, as he is my endgame left back. Theo Hernandez, again, stunning as always, coming in a bit cheaper than what Davies was before the objective left, but now obviously coming in at the highest price as we go. We then do have a Zaha as a shapeshifter. A lot of people do rate him. I'm not a massive fan of him, but I've definitely seen him a hell of a lot during the weekend league, and he's done bits and bobs, so I'm assuming he is necessarily one of the favourites, a 5-star, 4-star, but mine still goes to Hakimi at the moment. I do think in terms of right back, we've got a lot of centre-backs that can go right back, so there is a difference there, but as a starting right back, Hakimi, Cafu are going to be my favourite 2 for that position. We then go into some centre-backs. So in terms of the lowest of the low, Ake, Tomori, and also Saliba all under pretty much, I think, 60,000. Ake's, yeah, 60,000 and 30 for Tomori. Again, these could be in team of the season, so make sure that you are looking at them because, to be honest, Tomori is pretty much at his absolute minimum price now. But I think these 3, if you are looking at a bog standard centre-back, they will do an absolute service. But we do have the likes of Konate in the monthly objective. We have Koulibaly at the moment in an SBC, another stunning one with the premium footies in there, so you don't need any links. And also a cheeky Joe Gomez at centre-back if you are looking at under 1 million coins for a card. Some of the team of the seasons involve Ruben Diaz for me, De Ligt is stunning, and also Militao, a very wide range of prices between them. Personally, I've got all of them bar from De Ligt, and I think Diaz has been an absolute solid centre-back for me. Doesn't necessarily have the 90 and above pace, but the defensive ability on him is stunning. Militao always, well, it's a Militao-Diaz defence until obviously we get Konate, maybe even a Koulibaly in there. But in terms of the best, Varane is absolutely brilliant. Even if you go for the 95 card, still a stunning centre-back. Even if you wanted to go for the moments, go one step further back, and again, he is just cracked. Van Dijk still holds the record as one of the best centre-backs in the game, alongside Armand Maldini, who's an SBC, and also Lucio, who's now dropped in price that little bit more, and hopefully, do we see a footies Lucio? I didn't think we'd see Yaya, but Lucio could be up next in week 3, which would be a massive upgrade for him, as again, he would then just take that top 2 spot again and again and again. I'd like to tell you about skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts, from trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. Moving on to some CDMs then. So these are specific CDM positions. I have CDMs, CMs, and CAMs. As always, I like to split them up. So these are only players that start as a centre defensive mid. They may be able to move, as we can see with a lot of the midfielders. They can be centre mids, even centre backs at time, and they again are absolutely wonderful. We have Rodri as an objective from this week. Brilliant card. If you've got his 91, it's not a massive upgrade on top, but at the very minimum, it is still a free card that you can go and do objectives for. So an easy Prem link there, not premium as well, so you do need the links. Seedorf as a great CDM shapeshifter, coming in at 340. I think he's had a wonderful upgrade from his cam roll, adding that extra diversity into that box-to-box midfielder, or if you just wanted to go anchor, a solid DM role if you wanted. Tchouaméni, again, very much box-to-box in my eyes. You've got the 96, one that's been prevalent in my team at the moment, alongside Milinkovic-Savic, who is, well, was an SBC and is absolutely crazy. Having that midfield of 6'3", 6'5" and over is absolutely incredible. You've got Tchouaméni, you've got Milinkovic-Savic, who is a whopping 6'8". You then have Abraham at 6'4", Czech at 6'4", 6'5". It's just a very tall land out there. But then a kind of top of the top here, Kessie with a lovely premium footies card there, just coming under 700, but I could imagine that will drop down a little bit more as we go through the weeks. And maybe, do they all get re-released? I'm kind of hoping so, but we will see as we go forward with there. But my favourite too, De Jong has always been a brilliant midfielder nonetheless. We haven't got the team of the year in a while, but the 96 makes up for it, and Virgil van Dijk making a second appearance on this list. If you can afford him, or if you did get him, a 98 CDM is absolutely stunning. Holding that role as a DM, I wouldn't like him necessarily as a box-to-box, but as a DM, he will hit the ground running. And another mention to Conte as an end of era, if you wanted to get that SBC complete as well. Centre mids are hard to kind of break down because we have got a lot. And I must admit, when it comes to the midfield especially, there isn't a load that I would recommend you for under 50,000 coins now. There is a lot of kind of premium footies that you can go. For instance, Gedson, 157,000. Not bad whatsoever, but more better than a lot of the team of the seasons that are now 40 to 30,000. Even Benesa, 280. If you've got that sort of cash, again, he's going to be a upgrade to anybody that you have got. If you wanted to choose 2 team of the seasons, Rabiot would be a great shout with a 4-5, and also Valverde at a very cheap price for such a pacey centre mid. Whether you want the 4-4 you're required, that is down to you, and hopefully we do get a bigger version, as that card as a footies would be absolutely nuts. But some of the kind of mid to top cards now, Goretzka, obviously going for the 96, is still as stunning as ever. Renato Sanchez the same, as well as KDB as well. All in their pre-evolution if you've not got them. They are all still very top end, none kind of upgrade or not, and I've got a sneaky suspicion maybe they give us that milestone back. I'm kind of hoping so, otherwise I'd feel a little bit let down with the level up promo. I feel like that should have been the end, like completely through now in the milestones, and you can just go pick them up whenever. Whether that happens, we will see in the next couple of weeks. Socrates, again, absolutely cracked shapeshifter. I think they did wonderfully well with them. There is a lot of top end ones that I'm very happy with, as well as Zambrotta being there as well. 460 as an SBC, again, very end game in my eyes. But in terms of the top, Bellingham's been one of my favourite centre mids to ever play with. From his team of the year to the team of the season, he is absolutely stunning. And the only thing he's missing is that 5-5, which a transferred Real Madrid card has to be coming at some point, more than likely going to be 99, and hopefully they do give him that 5-star, which would just be magnificent. And then Yaya Toure is Yaya Toure. We managed to get him very, very lucky out of an 86 pick, 4-star, 5-star, and just runs the whole show. And he is, to be fair, he's dropped down in price now. He was about 4-5 mil yesterday. Now he's coming in at 2.7. In terms of the cams, very much like CDMs, there's not necessarily a great deal of them that are cheap enough where I'd say, yes, go and buy this 30k cam. I'd say the lowest of the low is going to be Simons, 88,000. I do personally think more of a bench player now, but most definitely still will be able to do something if you have got a Dutch team or a Eredivisie team. He definitely has got that ability in him. I just think when it comes to the teammates around him, especially if it's not a Dutch team rather than just specific league, I feel like he might fall that little bit short. Plenty of icons or obviously heroes that could link him as well. Shaqiri, another great one for an SBC, still in there at 101. If ever you do pack the Messi, I know both of them are premiums, but an MLS team with a 95 and a 99, as well as an Insigne, that is an incredible attack from just the MLS alone. But in terms of the best, Royce has had an absolutely massive upgrade. Still not necessarily the most expensive card, especially being that 5.5 cam 97. Most definitely like Musiala, who's a 5.4, coming in just shy of him. But in terms of the top, Zidane has always been one of my favourites. 2.1 mil still, which just shows you the price that this card is still coming in at. Felix at 800, always love a high rated Felix. He's very much like how Griezmann is to me. Once we get that high rated, he is all over it. I want that card. Kind of gold, maybe a couple of informs. I'm not really fussed, but you get that 5.5 on him, get that 96 rating like Griezmann can do, then you are looking at an absolute baller. But Dembele takes the show. 97 rated like Zidane, 4 million coins. Agility is just absolutely, he's gliding on ice. He is that good in the game. Pace, shooting, even that little bit of physicality just makes this card absolutely stunning. Well, I couldn't pick any cam CDMs, but wingers, not a problem with them. We have had so many, and actually putting this list together has realised how many top end ones we have. We'll start with the bottom a little bit. We've got Harry Kewell. Personally, for me, I'm a big fan. I loved his fantasy foot. We've done this card, and I absolutely love him. For 260, untradeable cards, get him done. At the minimum, I try and do as many foot as SBCs as possible. Objectives and SBCs are going to be the better value that you can go for, as obviously we will get a repeatable SBC, or at least something that just keeps going round for the chance of the players in packs, which is still very unusual for a footies. But Harry Kewell is a must. Same with Son, Rodrigo, both of them being SBCs as well. Little bit more expensive, but most definitely. At this point in the game, what else are we doing? We don't want to be doing these kind of icons that were kind of re-released. Kind of, you're looking at your Maldinis, you're looking at your Vieiras, your Eusebios. I'm not too fussed. We're gonna, well, I imagine we will get an icon pack that will be repeatable at some point. These, once they're gone, they are gone. And I think most definitely for a 96 Rodrigo and Son, they are absolutely brilliant going forward. If you are looking at the players in packs, which again is very weird to think that footies might potentially not come back if we don't get a Messi, a Ronaldo. I'm surprised that they are going to let that happen, but it is what it is. It's a different way of thinking. That being said, Insigne, absolutely class for 84,000. A premium footies as well. We also have Martinelli from the level up. Saka, who's another great cheap option. Salah, who again is dropping down in price compared to the rest of this list. And also Kvaratskhelia as 480k. Very, very nice 5-star. Works in that Serie A team. Gossens, obviously with Dumfries on the side as well. A very, very big Serie A team coming soon. I do think Richarlison, one that's definitely overlooked from Shapeshifter, a 5.5 right wing, pace, dribbling, shooting, physical, passing, got the absolute package. But then we go on to the masterpiece that is the top 11. Vinny, obviously we can't get just yet. That is level 40 in the season pass, so we will all be getting that at some point near the end. But look at the amount of star power that we've got here. We've got 1.2 for Rashford. We've got 1 million coins for Leao, say. 1.2 for Neymar that I'm hoping does get a 99 footies at some point. Van Persie at 500. Eto'o at 1.2. We've got 4 million at Ronaldinho. 2.4 for Di Maria. 7.5 for Henry, which is just crazy, 1.4 for Bruno, and a whopping 8.7 for Pele. All of them, I think, to be honest, all of this list, bar from maybe Insigne and Saka at some point, are endgame completely. I do think you could still play with both of them, but in terms of what we can get repeatable, we should be then looking at the Rashford, Neymar, Leao sort of position, if obviously everybody else is not in packs at that point. For instance, Di Maria, if he doesn't come back in packs, then unfortunately he's gone. There is only coins that can get him. But whereas your Brunos, your Leaos, your Neymars, your Rashfords, even the icons from picks potentially, you should be able to go again, and I would 100% recommend trying to go and get them rather than sticking with your 80k, your 100k left wing. You want to be focusing on the absolute big boys, and I hopefully do think they do bring them back out, because that is kind of the fun of footies at the end. You want the best of the best team and try and pack them all. Now into some strikers then. So we've gone for the cheaper option on the bench. I feel like Cruyff is kind of just negating that a little bit at 660, but to be honest, any version of Cruyff is still incredible. He's a 5'5", he's always got everything until the end, and that is why he's so expensive once he comes out. He is just an absolute class player that potentially could get an icon upgrade. I'd like to think so. We've only had a World Cup from him. It would have been nice to see a next sort of level with him, but unfortunately at the minute as it stands, that doesn't look like it's happening. But in terms of kind of the lower rated strikers, Harry Kane can still do a job. Diego Forlan as obviously a new footies card in the footies hero at 109. Very, very clinical in front of goal. The 4-star, 5-star adds a good one, as well as potentially a Cahill as an SBC if that one is still available. Sanchez, little bit more expensive at 250, kind of coming in just over Czech's price as one of the best strikers in the game, which is just crazy to think. And then we have the absolute monster load of insane premium strikers. And I think when it comes to strikers, you are looking for the best of the best. You don't want no second rated striker. You want your top end. Messi and CR7 are two of the best. You've got, well, Ronaldo at 15 mil extinct still, whereas Messi has got 8 million coins to his name. And then R9 is still one of the top as 8 mil as well. We come down a peg, we've got obviously Mbappe at 5.5, we've got Garincha at 2.6, and a lovely shapeshifter Pogba at 4 million coins as well. Pogba, in terms of what I would personally do with him, is drop him back into that midfield if we can. You could put him on the right and move him in game, or obviously move him from striker in game as well. But I do think that card is perfect as a box-to-box, or at least more of an attacking box-to-box if anything. But even then, you could still play him at striker and it'd do better than most. And then obviously we have the kind of lower set here. When I say lower set, the 97s and above. Abraham as an SBC at 250. I think as a Czech Abraham link, never going to complain. You've got a 6'5" striker and a 6'5" striker next to each other. Like I said in the midfield, Milinkovic-Savic is 6'8". You've got 6'2" in Tchouaméni. In anybody that you want, even if you wanted to throw a Hullet in there, that is a big attacking slash midfield that would really win a lot of them aerial battles. But I do think Czech is naturally one of the best SBC players we have got in this game, full stop. But that doesn't stop Haaland at 6'5" as well. Doesn't stop Alvarez as a 5'5", who is absolutely stunning in front of goal. Loved his future star, and I think this is just a great round off to the card for this year. And as we said with Felix, I love myself a good Griezmann. Grealish would be nice as a footies, but Griezmann always has a nice end card. His team of the season, summer heat, footies, the green cards that I can't remember that we got for the Euros. He has always had a very nice finish to the game, and this card definitely proves it. 5'5", incredible stats, always going to be on the mark, and he will definitely get you some goals if you've managed to pack him. So that's going to be the list. Let me know down below if there's anybody that didn't mention. Like I said, I've picked some of the ones that I kind of wanted to mention. I can't really go through every single card because there is so many cards now. So if you have got any favorites that you want to share with the group, leave it in the comment section below the position and what price you think you bought them at. Apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.